Hello everyone and welcome to another Holly Bob's review, and as with all our reviews there is no need to leave any likes or such thing. This is just for your information and hopefully will give you the chance to decide whether you'd like to come to, this time, Coconut Island in Thailand. This is the exterior of our villa. We have a deluxe villa with pool and sea view. There's three of us travelling as usual, myself, my wife and my 15-year-old son. And as you're sat on the couch thinking, should we do it? It's a lot of money. Because of our world leaders, it now costs the same to fill up your Skoda Octavia diesel as it does to come here. You might as well come here. So anyway, this video may be a bit stop-start because I'm not going to be that guy walking around the complex with the phone. So if I cut you off and cut you back in, just go with it. So we're now leading up to the entrance of our villa. First of all, bananas. I don't know why that's important, but I was impressed by them. Okay, so that's just, can't really show you anything from here, but that's just a general panorama. And our villa is 2052, which means we're fairly high up, and of course you then get the better sea view. As you can see, we're quite jungly. Right, let's take you inside. Okay, so remember this may be a bit stop-starty, but let's go with it. So first things you will see is the size of the villa is really impressive. So this is the entrance bit. I'm literally stood behind the front door. So over here we have, well, coffee maker, bottled water, that's topped up for it every day. So these bottles are all included and they're filled up, well, brand new bottles every day. And then we've got a coffee machine which we've broken and a kettle which is still working, thank God. And the what we've got up here, yeah, just, you know, just the general stuff. But here's the fridge. So mini bar, okay, that is topped up every day. And there's normally Coca-Cola in there, but my 15-year-old has decimated those. I've had a couple actually. So you've got the local beer, Heineken's normally in there as well. There's fruit juices. That carton on the right hand side is milk. That's quite important because, you know, you need access to it for coffee, and the coffee is only sachets of milk, so it's nice to have some fresh milk. Now the only thing I'd say is we found that after we'd opened 2 bottles of bubbly and a bottle of white, they're actually chargeable. So yeah, you know, I wouldn't, unless you don't mind paying for it, I wouldn't open the wine up because that is extra. But everything else, soft drinks, the Sprites, yeah, all the juices, Smirnoff Ice in there, that's all included. And you've got a little freezer compartment at the top as well. So a nice size fridge as well. And then we have, this is normally where they put this is normally full of coffee and stuff. They top that up every day. And all your crockery that you need. What you will notice is the room's very modern. It's pretty much like it's just been decorated again, which is nice. Rustic furniture. This is really handy for storage of your shoes. So they're all hidden away, so you're not tripping over anything, which is great. We've done the customary dump the bags in here. Courtesy umbrellas, because it does rain a lot, even though it hasn't done much while we've been here, but when it rains, it's biblical, so you need them. First of the massive TVs, there are 3, which is great, and they're new LG TVs, brilliant. General seating area, haven't bothered with that. So you've got a dining table. Now, this is what I do love. There are 3 of these bad boys in the villa, and they are brand new and they are pumping out. We've had them on 16 ever since we've been here, and you will need it because it is seriously hot. And These units are, you know, don't want to be nerdy, but they're great units and they really do work well. They're so good, in fact, that they've put them in cages so you can't steal them. There's 3 of those. Let's have a look. Oh, hang on, before we go in there, let's see. Right, brace yourself. There may be a teenager. Okay, just ignore it. Teenager. So this is my son's bedroom. Again, great size. He's tidied up because he knew there was a video coming. And another big TV, which he's been very pleased with. Loads of wardrobe hanging space. All open, which is unusual. And down here we have big pull-out cupboards, drawers. So yeah, loads of room. He's been doing some revision while he's here because he's got some exams and he's been using that desk. Another big aircon. Right, let's have a look in his bathroom. So you've got your privacy sliding doors. And then, considering this isn't the main bedroom, not a bad ensuite. So he's got a good sized shower, all very modern. So let's go have a look at the other ones. Right, back through. Right, main bedroom. As I'll pan around from this side so you can just see. It's a really good size room. Okay, so this is our room. Now, we haven't been burgled. This is how we left it. Down here we have a big shelf area with another great size TV. And then lovely big bed. And then you've got your USBs, your C charger points. You can get a better idea of the hanging wardrobes. And you have a safe, which is buried under that pile of clothes. That's complimentary drinks and peanuts that we've hidden, so we get extra. Shouldn't say that, but there you go, we have. I think everyone does it. Another epic aircon unit. And then check out this for an ensuite bathroom. Sorry about the t-shirt and shorts on the bathtub. So beautiful bathtub. Again, very modern. And a huge, this time, shower. That is literally about the size of the top of a pool table, the shower tray. And then, obviously, toilet. Again, what freaks me out every time, a shower next to the toilet. Still haven't worked out what that's for. Is that for personal use or cleaning the bowl? I don't know. Anyway, so we go back over here. Again, privacy doors. So that you don't have to go to the toilet in public, even though it's your family. There's still points where you say no, isn't there? Okay, so close them up. So again, massive bathroom. Towels. Right, none of this 3 towels to a room, you have to have a ticket for beach towels. None of that. You get as many towels as you like. You can literally knock yourself out, whatever you need. The towels are replaced. They don't care whether they take away 2 in the morning or 6. They're just not bothered, and they're all replaced every day. So back into our bedroom. Again, all very modern. All the light systems are operated from the sides of the bed. Again, you've got all your chargers. Those are lamps. I know it looks like a upturned waste paper basket, but it's a lamp. And what else? Yeah, plants, because you need a plant. Right, let's have a look outside. Now, check this out. Okay, this is our view every morning, and we have our own little swim-up pool. Now, that's not bad to wake up to, is it? So remember, this is 2052, this villa, and it comes with a sea view. And if you see that house in front, you can just see on the front of the house, there's like a raised piece of timber. They're recreating the local fishing boats, which is quite cool. You can see another one there over there. Oh, that's my wife's legs. I promised I'd keep her out of it. But the pool is lovely. I know it's not massive, but actually it's more than enough for what we need. You've got lounges, tables, there's a seating area around the corner, complimentary net to scoop anything that falls in. Remember, we are quite jungly, so you do get the odd beetle and things falling in the pool, but they're not an issue. There's nothing here that's really going to hurt you. Now, my wife's had a few mozzie bites. I've escaped, but let me just show you outside. Hang on. There you go. You can probably hear the cicadas in the background. But it's beautiful. You've got a nice overhang, so if it is raining. Some of the thunderstorms have been brilliant, the lightning displays. But, you know, they last for 20 minutes and then it's dry again. So let me just show you. So, yeah, quite a few people have had a mozzie bite. And this stuff, hang on, that stuff is like a tiger balm. That's the hot one, the yellow. They do a green one as well. And it's Thailand's cure for everything. My wife's used it for bad back, mosquito bites, something else. But it's been absolutely brilliant. And yeah, and it's so cheap. It's like, I don't know, £1 or something equivalent UK. So yeah, let's see what else I can show you. So obviously we've got not much more in here. I think I've done everything in here. So let's have a look at the outside area. Okay, so we're now going to head down towards the restaurant area, and this is where the video might get a bit stop-starty, but just bear with me because, you know, like I said, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to keep going as long as I can with it, and then I'll just keep catching up with you. So as we leave Villa 2052, that's that way, that goes up to more villas, and then this heads down to the restaurants. Now I think it's about 38 degrees, so it is seriously hot, and the humidity is through the roof. This is not one of those holidays where you have a day on the beach, you go back into your room, you have a shower, you put your nice clothes on, and then you think, I'll just go down to the restaurant, sit there, look lovingly into my partner's eyes. The reality is you have a shower, you come out here, you feel like you're still in the shower basically, and you sweat, and you go down, you eat your food, you try to survive, and you come back to the room. That's basically what it's like. Okay, let's start walking. If we meet someone, we are pausing. Actually, I don't have a weird love for LG, but they're the LG units, and pretty impressive. Other makes are available. Now these hills we're going to go down, oh my god, when you're trying to come back up them, you know, you could do with Sherpa Tenzing. They are unbelievably steep. If you do have mobility issues, there are courtesy buggies. We've tried to be really hard and not use them, but to be honest, you know, a couple of nights we felt like we're dying trying to get back. So along here the other day, I saw, nice. The other day I saw a monitor lizard, and it was about 3.5 foot long. It was just up here on the corner, and it looked like it would take you on. It was quite cool actually. I've only seen one, and I wanted my 15-year-old to see it, but he hasn't actually managed to, which is a bit disappointing. But we've only got one more day left here. We've been here 10 days. Hang on, Coconut Island, coconuts. Here we go. You can probably hear them cicadas now, or cicadas, whatever you want. They are really loud. Okay, I'm just going to pause you a second till I get around this corner. Okay, again, you can see we're in quite a jungly setup. Let's heading back to our villa that way. And then this continues to head down towards the restaurants. I was kind of hoping we'd see some wildlife, but not at the moment. Oh, I think a buggy's come in. You might be getting on pause again. It's funny, you know, I just paused that video because the buggy guy was coming, and that was the bit of the video that I do want to get to. We've been lucky enough to travel to so many countries, and I've never met a friendlier race of people. They're just incredible. The Thai people are just utterly wonderful. They're so kind and genuinely kind, not like, oh, I'm being kind to you because you're on holiday. They are really, really nice. Another tree. Don't know what that does. Well, it obviously grows, but I don't know what it does. Right, that's a view down to the beach. But we're going to go to the restaurant-y bit first. Again, I will pause you if I need to. They use this sort of flooring in case it gets monsoony, so you've still got grip, apparently. Right, these are some of the two-storey villas. We haven't worked out what this guy does. I think he's to do with the minibar, but there's about 6 or 7 of these shooting around the resort. I've got a feeling that's the minibar guy. So palm trees. And obviously Thailand's all about the elephants, so everywhere you go you'll see little elephant statues. I can't even tell you how hot it is. It is roasting. I feel a hero for doing this video, to be honest. I'm absolutely sweating. Right, let's have a look. I'm just going to keep you on record until I have to stop. Aha, here we go. There are little elephants everywhere. That's something I'm going to tell you about as well, one of the tours. That was amazing. In a bit. Okay, so still walking down. Yeah, the Thai people are beautiful. I just can't believe how friendly they are. So that is the spa up there. My wife has had 2 massages. Everything's really, really good priced as well. It's not an expensive place. Once you're here, it's really, really cheap. Everything on the menus in the restaurant is included in the all-inclusive, and if it isn't, because it's something a bit weird, it's got a thing next to it to tell you, and even then it's 50%, but it's so cheap anyway. Right, might be pausing you again soon. We're getting up to the main reception area. So in that building there, not that you want to be in there because it's red hot, is pool table, table tennis, stuff for the kids. And then we swing round and we look down to the start of the main area of the resort. Okay, bear with me a second. I'll try and speak to you a bit here. Okay, so over there is one of the pools. I think there's 3 pools. There's 1 adult, but there are slides for the kids. Nice slides as well, and for the adults. And they're sort of ground-based ones where you just come down the hill and end up in the pool. So they're quite good fun. Now, there's 2 restaurants at the moment. This is April 26. There's a Japanese, but that's closed at the moment because the hotel's on low occupancy. There's a Mediterranean, which is behind those bushes over there, but that is literally 50% charge if you want to go in there. So even if you're all inclusive, they charge you 50%. But when you're talking, a drink is probably the equivalent of, I don't know, I think a beer, if you bought it outright in Anger, is about £1. So it's literally nothing. So this restaurant we're looking at now, oh hang on, we might be on for a pause here. Stand by, I'll let him go by. Right, where were we? So this is the, what is it? It's the Indian and the Italian, that's it. So it does both. So when you get in there, you can get all your pizzas. If I step over here, you can see in the distance there, it's actually fired up. Can you see that bread pizza oven in the background? So we've had a lot of meals in here and it's absolutely lovely. My son really enjoys the pizzas. This gets quite busy, but because the hotel's not packed at the moment, we haven't had any trouble getting a seat. They do buffet as well, or table service, and they alternate between nights. So one night you order from the menu, another night, you know, you just go up and help yourself. But the staff are absolutely lovely, as you'd expect. Right, I'm going to try and sneak down this bit over here. I may just record and not speak. Okay, so we're going to move away from the Italian. They've got ceiling fans, but they don't really cut it. It is sweltering in there. That's back up to the main reception and spa area. Right, I'll try not to pause you. Some of this decking's a bit sketchy. So this is part of the restaurant. Some outside tables. Okay, so we're now down in the main area, we're getting up to it. So I'm going to show you down there where the white umbrellas are. That is the Thai restaurant. That's my favourite. The food is stunning. Just unbelievably. I've had the same thing about 12 times, much to the annoyance of my wife. Right, okay. Here's the pool area. So I'm just going to show you as I'm walking. That's the Thai over there. So this seems to be the main pool. Lots of families here. That's the Mediterranean where they charge you 50%, but it's still cheap as chips. And on them sunbeds you can see some towels. Those towels aren't actually from your room, they just give you towels if you want them. I love their very easygoing towel policy. You're not panicking that your lad's lost his towel because there's no consequence to it at all. And I'll just quickly show you the slide pool. That slide's really slow. That one's really fast. And over there, you see just the side of that building is the adult pool. It's a little pool. Right, I'm going to show you the Thai place. Stand by. Okay, here's a bit closer on the Thai restaurant. I'm just going to walk you around. We'll be passing the pool bar, which I'll show you, but I won't talk through. So that's all the Thai restaurant still. That's my favourite. That's the pool bar, epic cocktails. Recommend the cow punch. Right, here's the arrival jetty pier. Right, let's get you on there. I'm going to show you the beach as well. Okay, I managed to dodge everyone. Right, here's the arrival pier. So, obviously it's Coconut Island. So, when you come from the airport, it's about 1,300 baht in the taxi, which I think is about £30, maybe. But it's about 35-minute trip, so it's not expensive in comparison. Right, so I'll show you the beach now. Now, if you look, I'm going to let you into something here. The beach looks very nice. Look, nice and sandy, clean, both ways. But if you notice something, no one in the water. It's unusual, isn't it? Well, the reason why is because they do have jellyfish. And when the tide's out, you see these jellyfish, and they are like the mothership. They're big. But, as I found out from an Australian yesterday, he did the full Australian. That's not a jellyfish. He actually picked one up and had it in the palm of his hand. And this thing was massive. It was about 3 inches thick. And I was like, how are you not dying? And he said, like these ones, it's just like a nettle rash. But funnily enough, it's enough to keep a lot of people out of the water. So hang on, this guy come past with suitcases, get a bit of background noise. So, yeah, I wouldn't be scared to go in the water, but the other thing why I wouldn't is because I'm not sure how this works. They were explaining it to me. It's very silty here, so, and the silt's quite dark, so when the tide's out, you could be at Clacton. The mud is quite deep, which is the silt obviously, but you get out and you look like you've got Wellingtons on, you know, because it is quite dark mud. So it's not a deal breaker, but it doesn't matter because over there, that island, free shuttle boat every day over to there, glorious sandy beach, clear water, all sand, no silt. So the fact that nobody's swimming here, oh, now somebody's swimming because I've said they're not, is not an issue because you've got the pools and also you can go over to there, which takes 5 minutes, and it's all free with the hotel. Let me just show you the other side. Yeah, the water's actually, you couldn't snorkel here. It's not clear enough to snorkel, but you can over at that island. Which is quite good to know because we came here with the idea of snorkeling straight away, and obviously it's not a thing here. You can't snorkel in that. Okay, so I'm going to walk you up the jetty whilst pretending I'm not filming. This could do with a couple of new planks. My advice, walk on the screws. Oh, we're following Toto Wolff. Right, let's get up here. Now that boat there, that is the speedboat transfer from the reception for Barcelo, which is over there somewhere. And that's 10 minutes, and that's free obviously with the hotel. I'm not going to linger too long here, I'm just going to show you the basics. But as you can see, the water's quite cloudy. You're not snorkeling that, are you? Now I'm going to talk to you about the trips, because they're really, really a nice thing to talk about. I'm just trying to find a boat. There's a particular type of boat here. You see that one at the far end with the massive engine thing at the back? They're their little fisherman boats, and myself and my lad booked a sunset fishing tour, and it was just us two and the guy, and the boat looked like something I'd built. You know, it was rough, but he was epic, as you'd expect, and we had the most fantastic time. I managed to catch cockle, but my lad caught about 4, and he really enjoyed it. And he was doing the typical teenager, you know, oh, fishing, but you know, he actually really enjoyed it. Not as much as I did, even though I didn't catch anything. And here's a view back at the island. I think those villas are part of our hotel as well. Oh yeah, that must be the back of those 2-story ones I showed you. Right, let's head back up, and I'm going to talk to you about some other bits about where to go and what to do. I might film on the way, depending. Don't do it, you'll die. Okay, I've managed to zoom in a little bit on one of those boats, the local fishing boats. They use them as well for transporting people back from the island if they're busy with the speedboat. But because it's only a little distance, it's quite straightforward. But yeah, that's the one that took us out fishing, the one like that, which is absolutely brilliant. Now I want to speak to you about the tours. Okay, so just looking back at the Thai restaurant. So we have done, hang on, how many have we done? Okay, so I think we've done 3. The first one we did was we went to the Phuket Elephant Sanctuary, and you know, you get one of those life-changing moments. That was one of them, especially for my wife, because she loves elephants. We went there, and these elephants are wild. They get to live in the woods, forest overnight, and then they come back to the guys in the daytime, to the sanctuary. So they are free roaming. They're not chained. You don't ride them. You know, it's just absolutely lovely. And the keepers, you can just see they adore the elephants, and you know, because it's the, you know, creature of China, isn't it? China in my brain. Creature of Thailand. They're just, you know, absolutely worshipped. And these elephants were in such good condition. And when we went to the Phuket Sanctuary, we got to basically spend so much time with the elephants. We did a 4-hour trip. It wasn't expensive, but we got to make their food, feed them the sugar cane. We got to wash them. We got to make like an aloe vera balm to rub into their skin, hose them all off, and then we actually got in the river, not the river, like the mud pool with them, and it was just absolutely epic. I mean, you're basically scrubbing a 5-ton elephant, and the elephants are so gentle around you. And if you've got kids, I'd say you've kind of got to do it, really. And it didn't feel like it was anything detrimental to the elephants at all. It felt like it was all for the benefit of the elephant. You even did their nails. You could do anything with them. And the keepers were so brilliant at looking after them, and they made you feel incredibly welcome. They really looked after the kids. It was really safe, and you could go in the jungle with them and walk with them. So that was Phuket Elephant Wildlife Sanctuary. And at the end of the day, the elephants walk off back into the trees, and then they walk back down in the morning. And sometimes the keeper was telling me they actually go and sleep with the elephants in the jungle, just to keep an eye on them overnight as well. So it's beautiful. But the other trip, which was my favourite, was we went to Maya Bay, which is obviously the PP Islands, which was a all-day boat trip. And I went to see where they filmed The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio, and oh my god, absolutely stunning, absolutely stunning. If you've never seen it, watch The Beach. That's in Thailand, where they film it. And this beach was like a paradise cove. And after the film was released in 2004, obviously the tourism went crazy, and they were worried that it was being slightly damaged because there's a lot of coral there. And they closed the beach basically, and now it's really, really well protected. So when you go there, there's actual rangers who walk up and down the sand. You're not allowed to go swimming, but it doesn't matter. But you can see reef sharks swim by, you know, and they're so proud of the actual cove, and they love their country, which is just to be admired, and they really look after it. And the guys literally monitoring everyone on the beach, making sure they don't do anything detrimental. There's no litter. So even though you can't go in the water, in my books, that was a massive bucket list tick off. So definitely go to Maya Bay in the PP Islands. And on the way there, on the boat trip, you go through, you think you're in Jurassic Park. The waterfalls, the size of the rocks in the middle of the ocean, the islands, massive tall rocks with greenery on. And we went to, on the same trip, we went to Monkey Island, where you don't get off the boat, but all the monkeys are on the rocks and area around you, so you're like parked up in your boat next to them, looking at them, little baby macaques, fantastic wildlife. And you pass Viking Cave, which is where they do, I think that's where all the bird's nest stuff comes from. But that's manned 24 hours a day, so basically these people are living in a cave in the middle of the ocean all the time, looking after and protecting it. you know, you've got to really respect the care that these people have for their country. You know, sometimes you wish that, you know, maybe we were a bit more like it, because they do adore where they live and they look after it. So it's a real privilege to come and see it. And yeah, what else did we do? We did the sunset fishing tour that I told you about. Now we were going to go to the James Bond Island where they filmed The Man with the Golden Gun, but my wife hurt her back on the flight over. 14 hours sort of destroyed her a little bit, and she had a really bad back, and part of the James Bond Island was a canoe effort, and that would just been too much. So, but you can go to James Bond Island. You know, deplane. I really promised myself I wasn't going to do that, but the little guy, yeah, brilliant. Looks amazing. Some other Brits we spoke to said it was fantastic, and they really enjoyed it. So, right, let's head back up. Okay, we're slightly back up one of the huge hills, just past this sign, so just letting you have a look. Like I said, I saw a monitor lizard the other day. Loads of geckos around. If you get a gecko in your room, leave him, because he's taking all the mozzies. So he's a friend. Right. Anyway, what have we got here? I don't actually know if I've been to this bit. There's more villas up there. Oh, no, haven't even done this myself. Organic gardens. I've just realised I was speaking to you on that pier, and I'm really hoping the buffering wasn't too bad, because it was quite windy. If you couldn't hear anything I was saying, well, sorry. Well, this is nice. You know, I didn't even know this was here. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's me done. Do I do snakes? Oh no, go on, I'll be brave. I'll show you a bit more. Gotta hate snakes. Right. Oh, if you're a plantist, there's all the different makes and models of plant. Oh, it's quite pretty actually. As long as no snakes turn up, we'll be good. The other day, myself and my son thought we saw a snake disappear around a corner, but I'm still convinced it was a hose being dragged by one of the workers. Yeah, don't like this. This feels very snaky. Oh, that's really pretty. Anyway, I want to finish up now. So, the main thing I wanted to say about this particular holiday is accommodation epic, heat massive, very intense. If you struggle with the heat, maybe not the one for you, but it's worth it. It's like being in a sort of moist sort of spray all the time. So even though you're not hot yourself, the moisture's gathering on your skin. So it is seriously warm. But my override, I don't even know where I'm going. My overriding memory of, oh, gecko, hang on. Oh no, we missed him. My overriding memory of Thailand, do you know what? It's going to be the people, because they are adorable. They're so kind and, like I say, genuinely kind, not like, you know, they're trying to get a tip out of you or anything like that. They're almost shocked when you give them a tip. They're just friendly. I don't know whether it's the Buddhist thing, but they are lovely. And I have to say they're my favourite people now, I think. Oh, this is pretty, look. This must be the... I've actually got no idea where I am. I think it's the spa. Oh, it's the spa area. Little Buddha. Yeah, so I would definitely recommend Coconut Island. Oh, quick Yui, it's 2 workers. I'd definitely recommend Coconut Island because it's lovely. You haven't got the madness of Phuket, so it's relaxing. And a real getaway, yeah. And you can have as quite a time. I wouldn't say it was like a busy place. It's more of a relaxy one. So definitely one if you want a quiet getaway. And I think that you could do far worse than Coconut Island. Oh, before I go, one last thing. I was trying to think of that other trip we did. So we went to Phuket Market. Now this is where my teenager comes in. This market is on a Sunday, and there is every type of clothing and thing you could want to buy at this market at such cheap prices. Obviously some of it's not real, but you know, a lot of the clothes that are produced in the UK have got Thailand on the label. That's where they're made. So you've got really good quality clothes, copy potentially, but you can have everything. And this market, well, you know, I thought my lad was going to have a fainting attack. He loved it. He's restocked his wardrobe. I bought actually bought 3 pairs of dodgy Oakleys, but they look as good as the real ones. So the Sunday market is definitely worth a try. So, and it was about, I think it was 500 baht, so not much in the taxi, door to door. But again, that market, hot, yeah, next level. Walking around that, you can do about an hour, but then you're, oh my god, finished. But Sunday market, Phuket, buy everything of your dreams. So yeah, I think we're done. Okay, well, thanks for listening. Hope it didn't go on too long. And if you do have any questions, you can fire them off to me. And hope you enjoyed.